Today I'm interviewing Becky Ward from Simply Owners. Thank you, Becky, for being on today's episode of Business Aspires. I'm really excited to be interviewing you this morning and finding out a bit more about how you've built your business, the challenges you've had, and how we can perhaps get some ideas there that might inspire others who have started a business or maybe having challenges of their own. So welcome, Becky.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Brilliant. All right. Well, let's kick off with a nice, easy question. If you can just give us an introduction to your business and the problems that you solve for your customers.
So we are a holiday rentals advertising website, and we're a little bit different to a majority of advertising websites out there in our sector, because the most advertising websites take a cut of the payment that's paid from the holidaymaker. So the thing, you get all your holiday booked in, you've said, yes, I want the pool, yes, I want this, yes, I want that, I want to pay for my pets to come. And then you get down to the bottom, you click buy, and they whack a big old commission on the end that they've kept hidden that booking fee all the way through. So we essentially solve that problem, because when you book via Simply Owners, you book directly with the homeowner, so you don't pay any commission to us at all. The holidaymaker pays the homeowner directly. Obviously, the homeowner loves that because they can get a little bit more in their pocket. The holidaymaker loves it because they don't pay the booking fee. So we kind of fix, we cut out the middleman essentially, in a way.
Wow. Oh, that sounds really good. So how many properties are you looking after at the moment?
So we've got around 8,000 properties on the site. We've got about 4,000 in the UK and 4,000 elsewhere, mainly kind of touristy areas: Spain, Portugal, Greece, all the islands, Menorca, Mallorca, that kind of areas. We've even got properties kind of Florida, and we've even got one in New Zealand.
Oh,
just,
amazing.
just the
Oh, I
one.
might, well, yeah, okay. I might have to check that out then to see where it is. Brilliant. So what inspired you to run your own business?
So inspiration wasn't really my inspiration at all. My dad started the business back in 2016, I think it was. He had his rental property listed with a company who did exactly what we do. And then they went to the online booking model, where then they started taking a commission. So
Yeah.
they started taking a cut, and then they started charging the holidaymakers booking fees. And essentially, he thought, well, they're leaving a huge gap in the market behind. People don't want this. People want to speak directly to each other. They want to find out if the garden's enclosed, or if the pool is suitable for my grandma who doesn't walk very well. And he saw that people want this direct contact. So essentially, that's why we exist. We stepped in to fill that gap in the market.
And was it always sort of your plan to get involved with the business at some stage, do you think?
Not at all. I was a primary school teacher. This was not me at all, but I'm absolutely loving it. I never saw myself as a business manager in any way, shape, or form. This is, but I think the staff will agree. Since I came on board a couple of years ago, things have moved on in leaps and bounds. We've really pushed for new developments, new technology. Me being in the office all day, every day has increased capacity. It's increased productivity. It's really improving, and I'm really glad for me and for my dad that I can do that. And it's nice to see the business going from strength to strength.
Brilliant. Now, it's not uncommon, and I've got a few clients where their family members have transitioned into the business. So what do you think has been your biggest learning since you've come into the business and being an employer?
Um, how to look after your staff. I found that because I came in as a basic level, like I was kind of ringing out on the phone all day, every day, trying to chase leads, and they were my friends before they were my staff. And that kind of made the boss staff issue difficult, but I think they respect me a little bit more because I will ask them, so this is what we're going to do. How do you think it's best to do it? What are your strengths? What do you prefer to do? What do you prefer to do? Let's make it work between us. And I think I get more out of them because of that. But yeah, it's definitely been a learning curve, learning how to manage other people rather than manage primary school children, which was what I was used to.
So I guess, a question linked to that is, what's been the hardest thing you've been through and how did you overcome it?
And the hardest thing happened last October. So one of our main staff members went off poorly. She was supposed to not be having a baby till January. So I'd got in a new staff member to train up in October. 2 days later, well, in fact, no, she didn't even meet him. She went off the day he came in, and baby was born a week later. So
Wow.
so she was supposed to be here to train him up. And it was a real kind of everything all came up once because I'd also got an exhibition booked in London that I needed to be at. I'd got special offers running with the Professional Association of Self-Caterers. So I'd got from that, we had over 500 people all within the space of about 3 weeks wanting to list their properties with us. And I think it was just a little bit of everything all came at once. And it was, it was a tough few weeks, but I must admit, the staff were absolutely amazing, and they all said to me, right, what can we do to make this work? They were fabulous. And now we've got little baby Maya, who's just brilliant. So,
So again, it's coming back to that staff and teamwork that enabled you to overcome those challenges. Is that what you'd put that down to?
Absolutely. Looking after my staff just pays dividends because they will then just look after me. I've got an amazing team. They're fabulous.
So just thinking back over your journey since you've transitioned into the business, do you think you would do anything differently if you could sort of wind back the clock a few years? Would you change anything?
I probably would have started out on different technology. So everything our business is built bespoke just for our customers and for us. There are a lot of things that you can buy off the peg these days that I probably would have invested in, and I probably would have said, well, let's just do it that way. Let's do it that way. Let's buy it in, make it easy for ourselves. There's probably, I would have done more buying it off the peg rather than building everything ourselves, just in terms of time, money, but what we've got works perfectly for our owners. So what we've got is amazing. I don't know, would I change it? It works as it is. So, but in terms of time and getting things done quicker, yeah, that's probably what I would have wanted.
Brilliant. So where do you see the business going over the next sort of 5 years?
I'm hoping within the next 6 months or so, we'll be competing with some of the, the giants out there. We're already up on the front pages for a lot of search terms, competing against some of the big names, Booking.com, Airbnb, VRBO. You'll know all the names I'm talking about. We're up there on the front pages for Google, but Google have put a map in place right at the top of every search with pins on it, so that you can literally just click on a property and it will take you to that property and you can book it straight from the map. So within the next 6 months or so, we're going to be on that map. So that is going to completely transform where our business is. Within 5 years, I want every single one of our properties on that map without question. We want to branch out into other things. So I don't know, hotels, B&Bs, we want to grow the business in other ways as well.
Wow, sounds quite exciting.
Yeah.
So is there any particular economic challenges in the current year, do you think, that's going to impact on your ability to have that level of growth?
Economic challenges, most definitely, in terms of the number of holiday makers actually booking holidays at the moment. You know that if money's tight, the very first thing that goes out of your budget is your yearly holiday. That's, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. In terms of people paying us, because we don't get a penny from the holiday maker anyway, that's people are still wanting to advertise because obviously they're still wanting people to come to their property. So at the moment, that's not a huge challenge for us. But if the market carries on as it is and holiday makers not booking, then obviously that's going to be a major spanner in the works.
Oh, well, let's hope that that's not the case. So you mentioned technology and the platform, that you're using, but there's been a lot of talk about AI at the moment, artificial intelligence. Do you think that will have an impact on your industry?
Definitely, 100% it's going to impact. We're booked onto a few courses over the next few weeks to kind of learn out how we can use it and implement it to help our business. We do like the personal touch. We'll never be one of these companies that uses AI to answer the phone or, one of those chatbot kind of companies. Our clients, who are the owners, like to be able to ring us up and speak to us and say, I can't do this, what do I do? So yeah, they like that personal touch. They can't get in touch with anybody at Airbnb or Booking.com or sites. They can't get through to a person, which is why they prefer to speak to us. But yeah, AI will most definitely revolutionize the travel industry, even suggesting to people where they go on holiday. And like I said, the maps at the top of the Google search now, you literally just click on a pin, about 3 clicks, and you've booked your holiday. That will all develop with AI because they can find properties with pools or properties with that allow dogs, or it's all developing quickly.
Amazing. And you mentioned earlier about getting all of your properties onto that map. I think you said there was 8,000 of them. So that's quite a big challenge. So, achieving that sort of ambition, what would that mean to you personally?
Oh, it'd be amazing. At the moment, we're just kind of branching onto the new pricing system that we need for that map because it needs like a daily price. So that has been kind of a big stumbling block for some of our owners over the past few weeks. We tend, obviously, when people have owned a second property, it might be that they are more of a retirement age, so they can go and enjoy that property. So we're finding that the IT side of things is becoming a bit of a stumbling block for them if we introduce something new. So we've put a service in place where literally I will give them a call and I'll talk them through how to do it, which is taking up a lot of my time at the moment. So I can't wait till everybody's all on that new pricing, everybody's all, on that map, and then I need to be kind of focusing on other things. But we're just giving them a helping hand just this next 2-3 weeks while we get that sorted.
So what would you say is your number one focus right now? Is it transitioning everybody onto that map?
Right at the moment, yes. And then after that map is done, we have lots of things in the pipeline. So we've got holiday maker accounts coming. Sometimes if our owners email a holiday maker or any holiday maker emails an owner, somewhere along the line it gets lost or it gets into junk mail or something like that. So we're going to bring in holiday maker accounts so that they can literally talk to each other on the system and it's not going to get lost somewhere along the way. So that's kind of our next big spend. After that, it's app development. So we're going to have a mobile app so that obviously people want to use the site on their phone these days because your phone's in your hand 24/7, isn't it? What else are we developing? Oh, lots of things. So we're going to let the owners put videos of their property on the site because at the moment there's only photographs. That won't be long now at all before that's ready. So yeah, there's lots of new changes coming, lots of good developments on the way.
Brilliant. And it sounds as though you've got that real customer sort of centric focus really, in terms of, I guess, because the more visible that, you know, their property is and the more appealing it is, the more likely it is that someone's going to book directly with them.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, if we don't get them that exposure and that traffic, then they're not going to renew with us. And at the moment, we've got like a 95% renewal rate. So
Wow.
the majority of people are staying with us. And that's what we want.
Brilliant. Oh, that must really be working. They're obviously getting really good value for that to happen. So there's a lot going on within the business by the sounds of it. Do you have sort of a daily routine that gives you sort of the balance between what you want to achieve at work and your home life?
At the moment, I am living and breathing this new pricing system. So at
Right.
the moment, no. But generally, yeah, I'm in the office 9 to 5. Then I go home and take my children to all the different clubs that they go to, pick them up from all the different clubs they go to, cook food, and then by that point I'm shattered, so I don't get to do anything for me at the moment. Even a weekend, I'm always on the emails answering, customers over the weekend, and I never put it down. But when it's your own business, when do you ever put it down? If people need your help and you can help them, then I do. The one thing really that I make sure I do every week, for me and my daughter, we go on a Saturday to the wildlife rescue.
Yeah.
You'll probably know where it is, Rod. It's in Mansfield Woodhouse, but that won't necessarily appeal to everyone that's listening. And so we go, and any kind of wild hedgehogs that have been found injured, we clean out the cages, feed them. They've got all sorts. There's foxes, there's crows, magpies, rabbits, and anything and everything. We go there, and that's kind of my release away from everyday work. It's nice to just switch off and relax. And then the last 3 weeks, she's had me working in the cafe full time all day Saturday. So
All right. Okay. And some of that relaxation and time out sort of being negated a little bit, but I guess it's a way of giving back and helping. So fantastic. Fantastic. So just thinking about the lessons again that you've learned through the business growing, through the sales, the marketing, operations, where do you see, as the business is growing and expanding, and clearly it is, what challenges do you see coming up as part of that growth?
Challenges are our competitors. They won't want us to grow. They won't want, us creeping up that ladder and becoming more and more popular. So yeah, that's kind of our biggest challenge. We're facing Airbnb and Booking.com. We're facing the big boys out there. Everybody knows their name. Everybody now even says, then, oh, we're not booked a holiday rental, we've booked an Airbnb. They're the challenges we're facing, to counter that. We want Simply Owners to become an everyday name. We want people to just instantly, rather than booking with them, think, oh, I'll have a look on Simply Owners first. And that's our biggest challenge, to get our brand name out there, our exposure. We're up there all day, every day in terms of search terms, but we've got to keep that. We've got to make sure that that's still happening for our owners and for us. In terms of growth, I want to be able to grow the functionality of the system, but I don't want to grow our cost base. So I don't want to have to employ lots more staff to deal with new releases, such as we've learnt this week. We need to be a little bit more proactive in terms of helping the customers do it themselves, rather than me just saying, okay, you can't do it, I'll do it for you. Because then 12 months down the line, if they ring up and say, oh, I still can't do it, we're just repeating the cycle. So we need to, when we release something new, think about how we're going to do that. Maybe put videos in place to show people how to do that, or have like a podcast to say, okay, we're releasing something new, I'm going to show you how to do it. Follow me. And you know, that kind of, we need to grow, but how are we going to grow? How we do that and how we introduce those new features to our owners is where we're going to, I think, maybe as well make the difference between us and some of the larger companies out there. That with us, it is still a personal touch. It is still me showing you how to do things and helping you through it.
Brilliant, brilliant. So just remind us again the problems that you solve for people and how you help them.
So if you want to book a holiday rental, or if you want to advertise your holiday rental, and you want direct contact between holidaymaker and the owner, so you're not paying commissions and you're not paying booking fees, then that's where we can help. Our contact details, you'll find us at simplyowners.net, or you can always give us a call. The phone number's on the website.
Amazing. That was going to be my next question, was how people can people find out more about you, but you've already jumped ahead. So that's fantastic. So that's been really, really interesting this morning, Becky. I think, you know, it's a really valuable service you provide, particularly when, you know, you're sort of trying to disrupt the big boys in the market who've got such a dominant hold, but it provides a valuable service for people. So, and your journey's been interesting, transitioning into family business and the, you know, around team and technology and the challenges that you've had. So there's been some really, really good stuff from there this morning. So thank you so much for your time. And yeah, we'll catch up soon.
Brilliant. Thanks, Rod. Thanks for having me.